Welcome back to another episode of the Wicked Bitter podcast. Thank you if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you if you're listening on Spotify. I'm Travis, got Mike with us, Matt's with us. It's been a while since we all have done it. A lot of things have happened in the past couple months. And one of those things is the NFL season is now over and we are in the playoffs. There are every game this playoffs have been pretty good. I don't think I've seen one where it was like a blowout, or am I just forgetting? I feel like all of them have been very close.
Yeah, the 49ers Seahawks was good for a little while, but then it
That's
ended
true.
up being a blowout.
I think Dallas crushed.
Dallas crushed. Oh yeah, Tampa Bay. That's true.
Oh yeah, that
Dallas.
was really close.
And you know what though, Dallas. I thought Dallas was actually. I thought that was going to be a close game, and I actually had faith that Tom Brady was going to keep it close, or I felt like he was going to come back and win that thing.
Yeah,
because it's just Tom Brady, obviously. But
even though like the end of the third quarter, it was like it's still Tom Brady. You never know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because like we even tweeted it on the Wicked Bitter Twitter where we said Tom Brady's going to come back in the second half and win this thing. Like he's going to come all the way back.
I remember.
And then it was like the fourth quarter. I was just like, just kidding. Never mind. Yeah. Like, oh, that was rough, dude.
Tampa's team this year didn't have that feel right from the start. They struggled to get in there, and it didn't seem like they were missing some key elements to this team this year.
I think that didn't their offensive lineman, their best O lineman, retire? Right. I forgot his name.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot his name.
But also, I think it just shows how good of a coach Bruce Arians is.
Yeah.
So he carried this team. Well, he didn't carry the team, but he coached this team even with the likes of like Antonio Brown throwing a hissy fit mid-game, like stuff like that, and he still led them deep in the playoffs. And
what an idiot! That guy.
A Super Bowl win. So
yeah,
I think it just shows how good of a coach he is, and like an indictment on how bad.
Right. A friend of mine. We were talking about this in a few days ago. How the Brady and Bruce Arians. He carried the team for 2 years, did a good job, got the team together, and put some really good pieces in there, especially late in the season where they needed that extra kick for the playoff run. This year, they changed the whole coaching staff.
Yeah,
so why the ownership? Why do you go and mess around with something like that when you know that maybe Tom Brady only has maybe a year left or 2 years left? You want to just finish it, right? You want to make sure that you keep your team intact. And I think that was a big problem. Gronkowski was retired. They had some pieces missing, and the atmosphere wasn't there right from the get-go. And I think that it was a struggle for them. The defense wasn't playing up to par like they had in the Super Bowl years. And I think that was a big problem. I knew they were going to get knocked off sooner or later they were going to get knocked off. I don't think they had the deep teams like they had in the past.
I think with Arians retiring and then bringing in Todd Bowles, I think he just wanted his own coaches in there. I don't know who they replaced. I know Leftwich was a new offensive coordinator. I'm not sure about the defensive side, but yeah, it could have been one of those things where first year they're trying to get their bearings, trying to figure out what works for them and what doesn't. And but they still blew it. I mean, you have Tom Brady as your quarterback. I don't care if he's you should know better. You should know what to do with him at that point, not try to.
I mean, they squeaked into the playoffs too. I mean,
they were under
8-9 or something. Yeah, 8-9. They squeezed in there. I was surprised that they got
terrible division. That's why they're really a third place team, probably. But.
Yeah. I got a question for both of you guys, and I'll answer it to my opinion, but I want to see what you guys say first. Do you think Tom Brady comes back to Tampa? Do you think he retires? Do you think he goes back to the Pats, or do you think he just goes somewhere else? What do you think, Matt?
I think he goes somewhere else. I think he's going to go to a team that it's well put together for him, has some offensive weapons. I can see him going to the Raiders. McDaniels. They got Devontae, they got Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. I can see that happening.
What do you think?
Need a quarterback now with Derek Carr.
Carr, yeah. And then the flip side, Carr could go to Carr could go to Tampa, or Carr can go to, in my opinion, I would like to see Carr on the Pats. I mean, just because I think the Mac Jones
is a good quarterback. They're making him the scapegoat out there. I don't know.
Yeah. He's had good years. He's had good years. I don't know what the deal is.
He's shown he could be a top 10 quarterback. Maybe not this year, but but Plus,
what do you think about
Brady's single now? He could end up in Vegas. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, dude, my boy will get in some trouble out there.
Yeah.
What do you think? Where do you think Tom goes?
Actually, the Raiders, since you brought it up, it's an excellent choice for him because they got some really good weapons on that team, and of course, going back to his McDaniels is there.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were really good for so long, and I could see that happening. But being a Pats fan, I'm pulling that he comes back to New England because I really don't think Mac Jones lost a lot of
points.
A lot of points with New England this year.
He regressed.
Yeah, he did,
which is what you don't want to see in your third year. Or is it his third year? I think it's his third.
I think it's his second year, right?
His second year, and I'm not saying that it was all Mac Jones' fault. You had Patricia doing the calling, and he was really not that good. He was a defensive coordinator before, and then became a head coach and came back as an offensive coordinator, and I think that didn't work with him too well.
I don't know what that was all about.
Yo, Mac Jones does not like him.
No, he does not. Like
they argued like every game, dude.
I think he's a little. He threw kind of a few too many temper tantrums for me, but
he did.
Well, so did Brady though, so it's perfect.
But not only
Brady can do what he wants though.
Yeah, that's true.
He's going to bring you the Super Bowl, but
I think also it has to do with the receivers that he has. I remember when they had Julian Edelman, for instance, with New England. He would head fake one side, get open. Gronk was doing the same thing. These receivers, I don't think they know how to get as open as the ones that we had before.
Yeah,
and Mac Jones is what I see from him. He's a little indecisive on what to do with the ball. And he's a little slow. Plus, he doesn't have like a bullet arm like some of these quarterbacks that we see today.
Yeah.
And so when you take that extra second to make your decision, and plus your arm speed is not there, that's trouble for a team. The defense has a lot more time to react, right?
Yeah.
So I think Carr's got a bull of an arm still. Maybe you'll see Carr get traded. I even heard that maybe Tom Brady signs maybe a year to come back to New England and play 1 year.
Yeah,
that's what I've been listening to.
So, yeah, I don't know if the Pats are that type of I don't know if Belichick is that kind of guy. I think once Brady has moved on, I think they have moved on. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. Even if Brady wants to come back, I don't know if Belichick's like, well, I feel like we're kind of just going backwards now. I feel like Belichick wants to go forward with something else.
I agree with that. I think if they bring Brady back, it's like, yep, you're right. We do need you, kind of thing.
Plus, not only that, Brady's only got a couple years left, if that, right? So it's like the Pats, are they really trying to just go with Brady for a year or two, and then you're gonna start from scratch again, like with the whole Mac thing? You're gonna have to go get another quarterback. You know what I mean? So I feel like Belichick wants like a solid. That's why I think Derek Carr. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be other quarterbacks out there available, but I feel like Carr would fit perfectly with them. And even if they do a little swap, Brady goes to Brady or Mac Jones. Well, what if they just trade Mac Jones to Oakland? I mean, or Vegas. I could see Mac Jones going there. I could see Brady going there, and I could see Derek Carr coming to.
He was a Pro Bowl quarterback with McDaniels as the offensive coordinator, right? So
yeah, there you go. What about Derek Carr to the Panthers? Panthers need somebody.
That'd be good.
Everybody.
That'd be good. I mean, hey, they almost made the playoffs. I mean, it was in a bad division, but
right, yeah.
It took to the last game of the year for them to get knocked out. But
yeah,
I do like the way what's their coach's name? I slipped my mind, but I like the way he finished the year out. It looked like Matt Rule was going to lead him to like a 1-16 year.
Yeah.
And I mean, they finished what 8-9 was it?
Yeah.
No.
7-10.
I think it was 7-10.
Yeah,
I think.
Like
because I think Tampa just squeezed past them.
Yeah.
I think that second half with the interim coach, I mean, they were a dangerous team. They felt like a team that would like end a lot of playoff hopes for others. That's what they were in the second half. And at the first half, and even last year with Matt Rule, it was like, oh, we're gonna face the Panthers. It's gonna be a walkover, pretty much. And I don't know. I like the way they finished the year, and I think if they got a quarterback like Derek Carr, I mean,
speaking of teams that are like that, there's going to end playoff hopes for teams and stuff like that. I feel like we got two of them in the playoffs. I feel like we got the Jaguars and the Giants are kind of those teams where it's like, I don't think a lot of people are taking them serious.
Right.
And then like you can blink and then all of a sudden Jaguars can beat Kansas City, which right now, as of this
Yeah.
recording, that's currently the game that's on right now.
But going back on the Derek Carr thing, I mean, he has a good team.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he lead them to a championship? Why does he?
Yeah.
You know, as good as he is, why can he?
Yeah.
He's got weapons everywhere.
He
So
feels
if he goes to the Panthers, it's like, okay, so what? You had a great team in LA, and you did nothing there.
You think it's a
I think
coaching
he feels like a Kirk Cousins to me, like a really good quarterback, but does he have what it takes in crunch time to like take his team to the promised land, sort of thing? And like I don't know. But under Belichick, I mean,
it's the same thing
when
it's like the Panthers. The Panthers have done so many quarterback changes because they had like a name, like, but in reality, when they get into that system, it doesn't work out. And so bringing Derek Carr is probably going to be the same situation as, what's the two quarterbacks they recently had
for the Panthers?
For the Panthers,
Baker
Mayfield. Yeah. So,
but I'm taking Carr over them all day, though. I feel like
I thought Baker Mayfield would have been the guy.
Yeah, well, Baker had like a good year, one good year, I think.
Not with the Panthers.
No. Back when he was with the Browns, he had like a breakout. I think he had like 28 touchdowns that year or something. Like it was a good year for him. And everybody's like, oh, maybe this is the guy that we all think he was going to be, kind of thing. But then, because when he actually went to the Panthers, I was actually kind of excited for the Panthers fans. I was like, this might actually be pretty good. I mean, it's a step up for what you guys have. But then when they got go ahead, Matt.
I was gonna say, I think he kind of, I mean, he definitely didn't benefit from Matt Rule.
No.
I mean, just look at Darnold. What was it last year? They had him, and he was terrible.
I'm starting to think
this year they started him in the second half, and Darnold was pretty good. He wasn't bad, you know. So
I'm starting to think some of these quarterbacks, they're just not. They don't have the mental toughness to be starters. You know, Carr might be just a substitute, might be just a replacement. Baker Mayfield, they don't have that physical time. First of all, Baker Mayfield can't throw over his shoulder that well because he's one of the shortest quarterbacks that's in the league right now. Anyone that approaches him, he has a hard time throwing over them. You know, unless you sidearm, do any of these kind of tricks, then you're going to have a problem. I think Derek Carr is probably going to say problem. I think he's just, he's good for a few games and he just not good enough for the whole year.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't particularly like Baker Mayfield's attitude either.
Oh yeah.
I think
good on commercials though. I tell you.
Yeah. He came into the year. I forgot what he said about beating the Browns. He was like, "I'm looking forward to this game. It's on my calendar." Didn't he get smoked that game? Like,
yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then he loses his job, and then they win a game, and he's over there headbutting guys with their helmet on, and he's not
for the Rams.
It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
you just lost your job. Like, it's like be happy for the win, but I mean, maybe just tone it down.
There's next week as well. So yeah, that's the problem. Putting back-to-back weeks on some of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
But today we have Jags and Kansas City. That game's going on right now as we're recording this third quarter.
Actually, look at the Jags still hanging around.
Jags are hanging in there. Like tonight,
17-10.
I'm looking forward to tonight's game though.
Philly and
the Giants.
Yeah.
I like that matchup a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like the Giants could upset them.
Yes, I was about to say that. I feel like a lot of people think that Philly is just going to walk over them, but I feel like every time the Eagles play the Giants always put up a pretty tough battle.
It's that divisional matchup. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Really.
I was going to ask you. That was going to lead me to my next thing. If you guys think there are going to be any upsets in the playoffs,
I picked this one as one of them.
I was thinking of this one.
I want this one to be an upset.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it'll happen. It's hard to bet against Mahomes.
Yeah,
it is. I was gonna pick this game as the upset, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the Giants do it tonight. That would have
been mine was the Giants.
Ooh, almost
because I just love that matchup for them.
Yeah, and it's funny because throughout the season this year, we've had Jamal on a few times. Everybody knows Jamal's a huge football fan. He's a huge Panthers fan and everything. Oh, you just saw the missed catch?
Yeah.
So throughout the year, I've been messaging Jamal about the Giants. I'm like, hey, I don't know, dude. They seem pretty legit. I mean, because they were winning games and everything, and he kept the whole year kept shutting me down, saying, and I don't know, man, they're not that great. They're facing crap teams or whatever. And then the Giants beat the Bills that week, and I was like, dude, I mean, what about now? They actually beat a team, you know. So he still denies it.
Yeah.
But if the Giants beat the Eagles tonight, we have to get Jamal's reaction on the show because that is a legit team, the Eagles. A lot of people are picking them for the Super Bowl, which as the year went on, I don't know. I kind of went against it. I thought the Eagles were going to make it to the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I feel like the Niners are crazy right now.
I like the Niners and the Cowboys better than the Eagles, to be honest.
You like the Cowboys better than the Eagles?
Yeah.
Wow, you too?
That defense is crazy. That defense is nice. And I think if Prescott can even play 70%, you know, that offense can carry him. He's got CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel. Like, they're a good team.
Right.
I like them a lot.
I take Dallas over, and the 49ers is a scary team.
The 49ers have the best
They're a
roster.
shut-down defense, and I think defense, if you're playing that high-level defense right now in the early stages of the playoffs, it's enough to carry all the way through and win the whole thing. And I think they could win it.
You hear it a lot in sports. It's like the team that gets hot at the right time. Yeah. You hear that all the time, and it could be the Niners' case. I mean,
that's how the Giants won 2 Super Bowls.
Exactly. Purdy's first playoff game, he threw over 300 yards. I mean, this dude, he might be getting hot at the perfect time for them. You know what I mean? Because they've had some question marks at quarterback. So I don't know. I can see the Niners doing it, man. You got McCaffrey as a new option, like a trade deadline option. Like that's a perfect pickup, dude. Like it adds more to your team. Debo is nasty. I just feel like they got something there. But the Cowboys,
the best offensive coach out of all the teams left is Kyle Shanahan.
Oh yeah, I mean,
that offense, how he works with Debo. He made Jimmy Garoppolo look good. I mean, look what Brock Purdy's doing. I think he got away with a lot in the first half last game. Yeah. But then, like you said, he threw 300 yards, and he just got better in the second half. And really, that to me, that's their only weakness is a rookie quarterback. But even he's playing out like great. You know what I mean? They out the Seahawks. So
I just want to see a good Super Bowl, like a nice matchup. People that we don't like, teams that we don't always see. You know, Kansas City. I want them out of there.
Yeah, I always want I want like the Cowboys and I don't even know, Jaguars. Like I would love to see.
Dude, that'd be wild. I'd be interested.
So random.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see the Bucks in there. They got eliminated, so we don't have to worry about that. Now it's Kansas City. I'm hoping Jags pull through here.
No.
But yeah, I mean, I'm ready for some upsets these playoffs.
Yeah, same. And I'm just glad this is a pretty good game. It's only 1-score game, so.
I mean, we're still in the third right now, I think.
Yeah.
And they got a whole nother.
I'm surprised there's no snow out there in Kansas City right now. Is there snow right there where you are?
It was like flurrying a little bit yesterday, but it's mostly rain. And then today, I think it was pretty clear. I didn't really go outside too much. But.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it's been a very, very cold winter, so I was anticipating some snowballs here in these teams, but apparently there's nothing yet. So
I guess it was snowing earlier when the game was about to start, but it looks like it stopped and it's completely clear now.
Yeah, I mean Kansas City. I mean the Jags need to hold them off here. I think it's a big possession right now. We're almost in the end of the third quarter and up by 7. That try to keep them there, but Kansas City is explosive too.
We got to do
it. Unbelievable.
We got to do a live show once, like watching an actual game live. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah,
and just talking about it through that.
Yeah, they got to hold them here at 3, which I think would be if they get 14, I think it's out of reach for them. You know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So as a Chargers fan, everybody knows about the collapse for the Chargers.
Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of stuff on on like socials and stuff that everybody's saying that the Chargers can't believe the Chargers are going to actually be rooting for the Chiefs this game. And I don't understand why. Why is that the logic? I as a Chargers fan, I want Jaguars to win this. I don't want. Yeah, it's not the Jaguars' fault that the Chargers blew it. Like I mean, they did their job. We didn't. Like I mean, that's all it is.
Yeah.
If they can, I don't want to see Kansas City anywhere near the Super Bowl. So if the Jags can beat them, I'm happy. I'm rooting for the Jags in this game.
I remember when Kansas City won. What was it 3 years ago?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like 3 years ago, right? They were like all very cocky about it. Oh, now we're going to go on a run like Brady did because Mahomes was on top of his game, right?
Oh, he picked that off?
No.
Oh, it dropped. No, the replay.
Oh, it looked like a pick.
I know. I thought it was at first.
When they won that championship, they're like, oh, we're gonna go on this streak that we're going to win 2, 3, 4, like, when Brady had his run. And believe me, it's not that easy.
No.
Mahomes hasn't won since. I mean, maybe they get it back this year. I'm hoping not, but anyway.
Yeah. Isn't it the Patriots the only team to win in like back-to-back years in the past
2025
years?
4 and 5.
And before that, it was what, the Broncos?
Yeah, that's right.
That just shows
John
you
Elway's last 2 years. It's unbelievable. Yeah, before he retired.
That just shows you how hard it is. You could have a great team, the best quarterback in the league. It's not that easy.
No, it's not. And the teams are tougher now.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's just there's no, every team is playing pretty much the same way as everybody else. It's tough now to win.
That's like,
back in the day, you had the Steelers, you had Miami, New England, you had 4 or 5 teams that were steady in the playoffs. Now you got these new teams coming up, and they have great quarterbacks like the Chargers, Philly. You got teams now with really strong leaders, and you're seeing the difference now. You got now the Chargers making the playoffs 2 years in a row.
No, it's our first time.
Our first year, but but you can tell that team is poised to make more runs. As long as if they can get rid of their head coach, I think they can make runs.
He'll be back next year.
Because I think
they're too cheap.
The weakness of that team, I think, is your head coach. He doesn't know how to manage a time clock.
Speaking of, I mean, we got to get a strength and conditioning coach too, or something, because these dudes, they fall like flies every single game, every single year. I mean, these dudes, we get 1,000 injuries per game. We don't have 1,000 players on the team. Everybody gets hurt. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is something they need to get done.
Kansas City going for a field goal here, 4th and 8, 50-yarder.
Ooh, right at the end of the third.
This is big. The second 50-yarder?
A 50-yarder here. Is there any wind out there today? Look at this.
He made a 50-yarder.
Oh, he made it. He made it.
Damn it. Oh, you guys are ahead of me. I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he makes it, Matt.
Okay. Spoiler alert.
Hey, I know what the lottery is. You want the numbers?
All right.
I just want these playoffs to be over, man.
What?
I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
NFL playoffs is so great. I love it.
I love it too. But the way Chargers lost,
it's great to watch a football game on a Saturday too.
I love it. Yeah, Saturday football is awesome, dude.
Why they don't put more games on Saturdays instead of
they wait
on a Sunday?
They wait until the end of the year to do it, and I'm like,
I know.
I love the Saturday games. Just 1 or 2 games. That's all we need.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for tonight's game. The Eagles and Giants.
Instead of doing Sunday night football, it should be Saturday night football, because Sunday people go to work on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm all about it. The more games per week. I know the players hate it. Like, they hate Thursday night football.
Yeah.
But
right.
Oh, by the way, Thursday night football.
Wednesday game too. Just give me a
Thursday night football this year was absolute garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's because every team needs to play.
That Prime TV thing is horrible.
Yeah,
but I like the way
games.
They set up the games though, because they'll give you like right off the bat. I forgot who it was. Was like
Chargers and Chiefs are early.
Yeah, that's a great game. Or that's what it was supposed to be, a great game. I don't remember if it was, but like, and then they'll give you like, teams that are supposed to suck, like the Jets, Titans, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, not that the Titans are supposed to suck, but like, what I mean.
I have a question for you guys. That game between the Bills and who was it? The Bills that got suspended because
Bengals.
The Bengals.
The Bengals. That's right. When the injury occurred,
Lamar Hamlin. Yeah.
So that never made up, right? They didn't make that up,
and it actually cost Mass. Go ahead,
Fantasy football championship. I'm not going to complain.
I haven't stopped hearing about this since it's been.
No, I said
it's been like 2 weeks.
My question is, do those people?
Some things are bigger than fantasy football. Okay, that's all I'm. But I
don't know if they get refunds.
Did those people get refunded for this? Because I mean, it was really pretty early in the game. I mean,
no, wasn't it like half or the third or something?
Still, it was still quite a. Oh,
you got sacked big time right there.
The
teams are probably like some things are bigger than your refunds, guys. Please.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We made our money. Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah,
we'll let you know how he is.
Thanks for the entertainment, right? That's horrible.
Hey, but speaking of injuries, before we wrap it up real quick, how about freaking Tua this year? Good God, poor guy, man. He had like 3 concussions in 1 year.
Yeah, I think that makes him think about coming back.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, like if he's going to or not?
God, yeah. If you have more than one, you're like already saying.
Yeah, if you're at 2,
even come back.
If you're at 2, it's already questionable.
Well, that's horrible.
He had
that's horrible. I mean, look what's happened to some previous football players. You know, they went on to commit suicide and do terrible things.
And what's crazy too is that 2 was so young still. Like, I mean, this is what, 3rd year, 2nd year, something.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, he came in the same time as Herbert, so this is like 3rd year.
Well, did he
3rd or 4th year?
He lost for a big contract, big.
I'm not sure yet. I think he might still be in his rookie contract, but still, I mean, he's so young, and for it to end.
That's the life of a quarterback, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's wild, man. Like, I feel bad for him because I actually liked to see him do well. I mean, he had Tyreek Hill. He had a good setup over there, but
he did actually. He overachieved, I think.
You guys think he's coming back, Tua?
I think he is, because if he had like a guaranteed long-term contract where he was guaranteed money,
he just leaves, take the money.
And but because he's still playing under the minimum, I think he's going to come back.
Hey, speaking of that, the Arizona head coach, what's his name, Kingsbury or whatever his name was,
Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah. Dude, it was so funny. They're paying him for the next 5 years, right? Guaranteed money. This dude buys a one-way ticket to Taiwan. He's just gonna chill there for a little. Yeah, he's gonna be there for a minute, dude, with all that money. That's crazy.
They say the best coach and the best job in the world is a fired NFL head coach.
Yeah, it has to be, dude.
He doesn't do anything now.
Yeah. Do you think he gets a job again?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I would take him over our coach for sure.
The Patriots were already talking about. Or people were talking about bringing him in as the offensive coordinator.
Offensive head, yeah, I saw that.
Was he an offensive coordinator before?
Well, I don't know if he was, but at least is offense minded. I feel.
Do you have any experience, Matt?
I could do it. Why not? I don't even like playing Madden. Never mind.
I traded Madden.
As a Patriots fan, I think I only watched one game this year. It was awful. The way they were playing, I was not in it at all. And after watching like 2 or 3 games, like for 5-6 minutes, I'm watching their offense. I'm like, I'm not even going to waste my time.
That's how I felt watching the Steelers, even last year too. It was, it's like 3rd and 12, and they're throwing 10 yards before the sticks. It's like,
yeah,
they're just dumping it off, and it's like they're just giving up, and then,
Yo, before we leave, we're gonna wrap it up right now. You guys, final picks for this game and actually the game tonight. Matt, who do you have for the Chiefs Jags?
Well, it would be easy to pick the Chiefs because that's the way it's looking.
They're up.
I'm gonna go with the Jags because I
still going Jags. What do you got, Mike?
I think the Chiefs wins today.
Trevor Lawrence has never lost on a Saturday in his life, so
true.
The odds are in my favor.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me change my pick.
I'm gonna say Kansas City just because I'm gonna pick the Giants for later tonight. Matt, who do you got for the Giants Eagles?
I got the Giants.
Giants,
that's my favorite team in the world. I hate the Eagles. I want the Giants to crush them. I hope it's not even close.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nuts.
I got the Eagles.
Okay. We had to put one.
I think they're playing at home, and it's a big game for them.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to win this one.
All right.
I got Danny Dimes, like 5 touchdowns, maybe 6. And Saquon
5 touchdowns
for 2. Yeah.
Holy crap.
No, I'm just kidding.
Danny Dimes, baby. Let's go.
Realistic, but I'm going to run with it. I'm going to roll with it.
Hell yeah. All right, guys. Let's wrap it up there. Wow, what a run by Lawrence to end this thing.
Yeah.
All right. For Matt, for Mike, for me, Travis.
I'm picking the Jags.
Yeah. We'll talk to you guys on the next video. Matt, thanks for joining us on this one, dude. We'll talk to you soon. Everyone, please like, subscribe, share, comment, all that cool stuff. I'm making it a goal for this year. We're going to put out more stuff because last year was a little rough for me, like personally. So this year we're going to do it better. We're going to go more. We're going to go harder. And we'll talk to you guys next video. We'll see you guys.